Okay, we're going to look at Romans 1 and 23. And change the glory of the uncorruptible Most High into an image made like to corruptible man. And I'm going to open this Bible up. In the first page of this Bible, you see here, corruptible man, right? Here it is right here. Corruptible man. The image of corruptible man. That's supposed to be the Most High, which is a lie. And let's go into the Apocrypha. Well, it tells you in First Maccabees 3:24, no 3:48. First Maccabees 3 and 48. Salakia. First Maccabees 3:48. And laid open the book of the law. That's the Bible. That's the Bible. Wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. Right? That's why you see. In this Bible, you see the heathen sought to paint the likeness of their images. All throughout the Bible. It's right here. Paint the likeness of their images. You know, how they feel it's supposed to be. Put themselves in here. So here we are. Let's go into Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 15. We're going to go to 15, but let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 15. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he had made an image of his child, soon taken away. This is talking about Caesar Borgia, this image that they painted of. Let me get him. This man right here in the middle, Caesar Borgia. That's his father on the edge right here, at the head of the table, Rodrigo Borgia. That's what we talking about. This man here, Rodrigo Borgia, Pope Alexander VI of Rome. That's what we talking about. And Caesar Borgia. For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, he's sad, he's crying, he's mourning, when he had made an image of his child, who was Caesar Borgia, soon taken away. He died before his father. Now honored him as a god. Honored him as a god until this day. You see that so-called white image of Caesar Borgia up on Trinity Broadcasting Network, amongst all the churches, in America at least, which was then a dead man. He was dead. And delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. Thus in process of time, an ungodly, an unrighteous custom grown strong was kept as a law. And graven images were worshipped by the commandment of kings, whom men could not honor in presence. They couldn't honor him in presence because they wasn't there, because they dwelt far away, far off. They took the counterfeit of his visage from far and made an express image of a king whom they honored, to the end that by this their forwardness they might flatter him that was absent as if he were present. They made an image of Caesar Borgia, the one that Michelangelo had drawn for his father Rodrigo Borgia, Pope Alexander VI of Rome. So he can go even over here to America until this day. That's why you look at America. This is America right here. In Revelations 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, talking about America, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. Called Sodom and Egypt. Spiritually called Sodom and Egypt because we are in captivity here. And Sodom because the practice that they practice, men with men and women with women. That's what we're going to look at, which is abomination to the Most High. Where also our Mashiach Yahushai was crucified. Right here. And to this day, that's why it's saying we reading about what they did. Laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen sought to paint the likeness of their images. And you can't deny this because I got pictures I'm showing you right now. 2020, 2020. Shoot. Was it Solomon 14 and 18? Also, the singular diligence of the artificer did help to set forward the ignorance to more superstition. That's why people all this time, this picture been up in the church and so forth. People haven't looked at it to see there's only 5 people in this picture. 5 people, the Borgia family. They call them the first crime family on a show called Showtime. Superstition. Think about it. It's on the wall. And it might have been on the wall of your house ever since you were born, and you never looked at it. Just glance over at it. Like it's got some kind of power or something. They call it the first crime family. They were ruthless. And you bowing down to it. Because you praying, you got it in your house, that's who you praying to. For he, peradventure, by chance, willing to please one in authority, forced all his skill to make the resemblance of the best fashion. Trying to please him, draw it just like Michelangelo drew it. And so the multitude, allured by the grace of the work, took him now for a god. Unto this day. I seen it. I went to West Angeles Church, they had God up there. Underneath Caesar Borgia, they had one on one wall, and the other end of the wall, they had the one that the Jehovah's Witness used as God. It's madness, man. Verse 20, and so the multitude, allured by the grace of the work, took him now for a god, which a little before was not honored as a man, was but honored as a man. But he's dead. Once he died, his father Rodrigo Borgia said, hey, we're gonna raise him up as the one in this Bible. Is that something? And this was an occasion to see the world. For men serving either calamity or tyranny did ascribe unto stones and stocks the incommunicable name, Caesar Borgia, or Jesus Christ. Caesar Borgia representing the Bible, Jesus Christ. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High and of Mashiach Yahushua, but whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, hear that? The great war of ignorance, not knowing, being stupid. Those so great plagues called they peace. But once they slew their children in sacrifices or used secret ceremonies or made revelries of strange rites, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another traitorously or grieved him by adultery, going in their land with his woman. Same thing we were talking about, that lust of the flesh, man. Slew the children, killed the children in sacrifices, and made us follow the same suit. Wicked Israelites. As we seen the things they were doing, we did the same thing. They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled. So everybody's defiled. Everybody became an abomination. Those are the wicked, I'm saying. But either one slew another treacherously. Traitorously. You see how they show the movies of the Romans. They were treacherous against each other. Them Caesars, shoot. Treacherously, or grieved him by adultery. Me and his wife over here, let me sleep with her. You see, what's his name? Little Boots. Before he get married, he slept with the man and the woman. Cold-blooded, man. Grieve him by adultery. You gotta watch this man sleep with your woman, then you can marry her. Get out of here, man. So that there reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, turmoils, rioting, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls, making everybody be abominable. That's what I say. Most High made all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Just what they did. Dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, turmoils, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls, changing of kind, man to women, women to men, disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameless uncleanness. All this lust, man, of the flesh. For the worship of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. That's what they did. Remember, the Most High made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. What did it say? For the worship of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. For either they are mad when they be merry, or prophesy lies. They go them lies again. They mad when they be merry. I mean, they smiling, they're supposed to be happy, but they show their teeth, and they mad when they supposed to be merry, or prophesy lies and tell lies. The Lord ain't said nothing. And prophesy lies, or live unjustly, live not according to the laws of the Most High, or else lightly forswear themselves, for insomuch as their trust is in idols. Hear that? Their trust is in idols. So I say all the gods of the nations are idols. Their trust is in idols. In Israel, you follow the same goats, you are a goat. Point blank. Which have no life, though they swear falsely, yet they look not to be hurt. Howbeit, for both causes shall they be justly punished. We can get away with nothing. For both causes you're going to be justly punished. Both because they thought not well of the Most High, giving heed unto idols, and also unjustly swore in deceit, despising holiness. You ain't under the laws of the Most High. You ain't got to do that. They don't say that. And they cannot say anything concerning sin, because sin is the transgression of the law. We just went into the New Testament and showed you what they believe in. For it is not the power of them by whom they swear, but it is the just vengeance of sinners that punishes always the offense of the unrighteous. That's their payback. Wisdom of Solomon 15:4. For neither did the mischievous invention of men deceive us. See, this mischievous invention of man didn't deceive us. Never. Nor an image spotted with diverse colors, different colors, the painter's fruitless labor, the sight whereof entices fools to lust after it. You're a fool, you lust after that. 5 people in that picture, you ain't even ever seen it. Because you got some kind of voodoo on it or something. How come people haven't seen that? I'm bringing that out. I ain't never heard nobody else bring that out. Until the Spirit of the Most High showed me that. There's only 5 people in that picture. Caesar Borgia, his brother, his sister Lucretia, his mama, and his daddy. 5 people. That's it. Same images. The sight whereof entices fools to lust after it. And so they desire the form of a dead image that has no breath. All of them dead. Both they that make them, they that desire them, and they that worship them are lovers of evil things, and are worthy to have such things to trust upon. That's deep. So you worthy to have such things to trust upon. It's cold, boy. Look at Wisdom of Solomon 13:1. Surely vain are all men by nature. Remember that all is a certain number. They're worthless. That vain means worthless. Who are ignorant of the Most High. If you ignorant of the Most High, not knowing the Most High, you worthless. That's what vain means. And could not, out of the good things that are seen, know him that is. Neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the workmaster. They didn't acknowledge the Most High. He created everything through the power of Mashiach Yahushua. But deemed either fire or wind or the swift air or the circle of the stars or the violent water or the lights of heaven to be the gods, the powers which govern the world. This is who's governing the world. Looking up at the sky and so forth. Looking at the fire and the wind. With whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods. See, they took them to be powers. Let them know how much better the Most High of them is. How much better the Most High who made them is. For the first author of beauty have created them. But if they were astonished at their power and virtue, let them understand by them how much mightier he is that made them. Say, the Most High who made them is so much more powerful than the things that you can see and feel with your body. Look at this lust too. Look at Wisdom of Solomon 11:15. But for the foolish devices of their wickedness, wherewith being deceived, they worship serpents, void of reason, and vile beasts. Thou didst send a multitude of unreasonable beasts upon them for vengeance, that they might know that wherewithal a man sinneth, by the same also shall he be punished. For thy almighty hand, that made the world of matter without form, wanted not means to send among them a multitude of bears, or fierce lions, or unknown wild beasts, full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor or filthy scents of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparks out of their eyes, whereof not only the harm might dispatch them at once, but also the terrible sight utterly destroyed them. Just looking at them, utterly destroyed them. Yeah, and without these might they have fallen down with one blast, being persecuted of vengeance, and scattered abroad through the breath of thy power. But thou hast ordered all things in measure and number and weight. But thou canst show thy great strength at all times when thou wilt. And who may withstand the power of thine arm? Who's going to withstand the power of the Most High's arm? You? Me? Nobody. But see, here it is. You don't fear him. You ain't scared of him, so hey. You gonna have to deal with it. And that's that desire to be somebody. Look at Tobit. Go to Tobit. Tobit, the 8th chapter. Hear this conversation. Tobit, the 8th chapter, and we're going to look at verse, start at verse 6. See, thou madest Adam, and gave him Eve, his wife, for an helper and stay. So you see that the woman was made for a helper and stay for Adam. Thou madest Adam, and gave him Eve, his wife, for an helper and stay. Of them came mankind. Thou hast said, it is not good that man should be alone. Let us make unto him an aid like unto himself. I'll read you again. It is not good that man should be alone. Let us make unto him, who is Adam, an aid like unto himself. I know women don't like that today. Too much women live, right? But he said, let us make Adam an aid like unto himself. And those that accept this, hallelujah, to the Most High. An aid like unto himself, it says. It says, and now, O Most High, I take not this my sister for lust. You that? I take not this my sister for lust, this lustful desire, or heavy, intense sexual desire, but uprightly. But uprightly, he's saying, according to the laws of the Most High. Therefore, mercifully ordain that we may become aids together. See? He wasn't taking his sister to marry her for lust. Look at verse 19. It says, and he kept the wedding feast 14 days. For before the days of the marriage were finished, Rachel had said unto him by an oath that he should not depart till the 14 days of the marriage were expired. 2 weeks, man. Wow, the wedding feast for 2 weeks. Having a good time. And Raphael the angel had said unto him by an oath that he should not depart till the 14 days of the marriage were expired. And then he should take the half of his goods and go in safety to his father, and should have the rest when I and my wife be dead. Wow. That's powerful. But see, he didn't take her. He let her know. He wasn't taking her in lust. Look at an example of, and go to the book of Susanna, the history of Susanna, and let's deal with this scenario of our people. Let's look at verse 1. It says, there dwelt a man in Babylon called Joachim, and he took a wife whose name was Susanna, the daughter of Chelsea, a very fair woman, very beautiful woman. Fair means beautiful. And one that feared the Most High, one that was scared of the Most High, that had respect to the Most High, keeping his laws, statutes, commandments. Her parents also were righteous, kept the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. We know that righteous is defined in Deuteronomy 6:25, keeping of the commandments of the Most High, and taught their daughter according to the law of Moses. So it was in order. Taught their daughter according to the law of Moses. Now Joachim was a great rich man and had a fair garden joining unto his house. And to him resorted the Jews. They came to him. He's a rich man, they're going to come around the rich. Because he was more honorable than all others. He was more honorable than all others. The same year were appointed 2 of the ancients of the people to be judges, such as the Most High spake of, that wickedness came from Babylon, from ancient judges who seemed to govern the people. So they set up these two elders to be over the people, to be judges, because they had wicked judges that came from Babylon to govern the people. Verse 6, these kept much at Joachim's house, and all that had any suits in law came unto them. Anyone that had any suits in law that came unto him. We're dealing with this topic of lust, for those that might be just tuning in. Just a moment.